I used to chase a feeling, now I'm chasing ghosts. She was everything I needed and everything I lost. Popped a pill just to forget her, but her face won't fade. She was heaven in a bottle, now I'm drowning in the rain. I met her on a Tuesday, middle of October. The world felt cold and heavy, she made it feel like summer. She laughed and everything around me went in slow motion. I swear she was a drug and I was lost in a potion. First it felt like flying, like I finally found my peace. She held me through the darkness, made the demons go to sleep. I didn't need to lean no more, I didn't need a pill. She was better than the Xan, she gave me better thrills. But every high comes crashing down, I learned that way too late. I held her like she disappeared, she still walked out the gate. I should've loved her different, should've held her with more care. Now all I got is memories and perfume in the air. She was my heart, floating off the ground, she was my crash. When she wasn't around, she was my drug and I was addicted to the pain. She was the sunshine and she was the acid rain. She was my heart, the only thing that healed. She was my crash. The deepest wound I feel, I'd take the pain 1,000 times just to feel her again. She was my heart and my crash in the end. 6 months later, I'm still seeing her in strangers. Still picking up my phone and putting it back down again. I wrote her name on paper just to burn it in the sink. Thought I'd make it easier, just made me hit the drain. I tried to find another her, I searched in every face, but nobody owes her energy she left inside this place. She used to sing off key at 3 AM and laugh about it. Now silence fills the apartment, and I can't live without it. I keep a old hoodie folded in the corner of my room. Smell it when the nights get long and demons come and bloom. Told myself I'd throw it out about 100 times, but every time I reach for it, I fall apart. I'm out, floating on the ground, she was my crack. When she wasn't around, she was my drug and I was addicted to the pain. She was the sunshine, she was the acid rain. She was my heart, the only thing that healed. She was my crack. The deepest wound I feel, I'd take the pain 1,000 times just to feel her again. She was my heart and my crash in the end. I don't blame her for leaving, I blame myself for needing something I can never keep, someone I can never be. If heaven has a mirror, I hope she sees it clearer. I loved her like a lost soul loves a lie. Before it disappears into the night, I still love you. Yeah. Now I write songs about a feeling just to cope with it. Melodies, these where she used to be, I'm feeling up the riff. Every bar I lay down got her fingerprints all over it. She was a muse of music in the moment I was over it. I think about her last night, how she cried, but I stayed quiet. How private walls between us while love was slowly dying. I give back every trophy, every stream, every stage of rewind of that Tuesday in the middle of that October, hey. She was my floating on the ground, she was my crash. When she wasn't around, she was my drug and I was addicted to the pain. She was the sunshine and she was the acid rain. She was my heart, the only thing that healed. She was my crash. The deepest wound I feel, I'd take the pain 1,000 times just to feel her again. She was my heart and my crash.